Hi everyone, welcome back to another very important session of FINRA classes, and we were going through the FINRA series, and we will be solving we have already solved quite a number of questions. This is another one right in front of us and we will solve this, but before we come and start solving this question, let me give you this information that the number that is given in the screen 90623951123, this is your helpline number. If you face any kind of problem during the class, if you want study materials, if you want to join us for a mock test and improve your preparation, and if you have any kind of doubt, you can call us, WhatsApp or ping us, and our specialized team is there to help you out and to cover up your queries. Okay, so now let's focus on the question. If a group of money managers were having a discussion and the term LIBOR was mentioned, the topic would most likely be contract negotiation with the employees union, current economic condition in Liberia, long term borrowing rates and short term borrowing rates. Solve it. So you have to know the meaning of this term LIBOR, okay, or LIBOR, whatever you want to say. And what does it stand for? It stands for London Interbank Offered Rate. Okay, it is the interest rate at which major global banks lend to each other in the interbank market. So it is the interest rate at which major global banks lend to each other. Lend to each other in the interbank. So whenever LIBOR is mentioned, we are talking about what? Whenever you see LIBOR, it means we are talking about bank to bank lending first. Next, we are talking about floating rate loans. Next, we are talking about short term funding costs. Now, what is the key concept about LIBOR is a short term rate. Learn it over here. When we talk about short term rate, okay, LIBOR was quoted for multiple maturities. For it can be multiple maturities. LIBOR for overnight, then comes 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. $12 months. These are money market time frames, not long term bonds. So basically, these are money market. These are money market time frames. not long term bonds. Clear? So, LIBOR short term borrowing benchmark that we have got. Now, let us evaluate the options one after the other. First, it's talking about contract negotiations with employees union. This is wrong. Why wrong? Tell me. Because this refers to labor relations unrelated to interest rates. Labor relation. So you guys write, I guess, labor as LABOR, but we write as LABOUR, and this is not a spelling mistake, okay? Because of our American English and British English is a bit different, the spellings are different, so this is why the reason. So unrelated to interest rates, correct? Number 2, B is talking about current economic conditions in Liberia. Labor is not equal to Liberia. Labor, and we have given you the correct meaning, what labor stands for. Students often get trapped because of labor and Liberia, but it's not. Labor refers to London, not Liberia, and you know what is the full form, London Interbank Offered Rate. Number C is talking about long term borrowing rates. This is also incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because this is typically tied to treasury bonds. It's typically tied to treasury bonds, then corporate bond yields, okay, not Libor, it's incorrect. Number D, short term borrowing rate, this is correct. Why? Because this exactly matches. So short term borrowing rate, adjustable rate mortgages. So short term borrowing rate we were learning, and we can learn it over here as well, because LIBOR is used in another features. They are used for adjustable rate mortgages. Floating rate corporate loans. Derivatives and swaps. Okay. Clear? So D is the correct, and we have given you the short term borrowing rates. Now, where LIBOR appears in real life, students may have unknowingly seen LIBOR in loan agreement, that is for sure. Interest rate is equal to, whenever you see this, interest rate is equal to LIBOR and plus 2%. Clear? So 2%. This means loan rate is equal to short term bank funding cost plus spread, which means loan rates is equal to short term bank funding cost plus spread. So LIBOR acts as a base rate for trillions of dollars in financial contracts. Base rate. So it acts as what? Base rate. Clear? So we have got that LIBOR is for market, that is interbank and maturity. Treasury yield is for government bonds, and it's for medium to long term. Write it down over here. It is about LIBOR versus other rates. Market, maturity. It is interbank. and maturity is short term. Then comes treasury yield. Government bonds. Market is government bonds, and maturity is medium to long term. Next is prime rate. And in prime rate we get bank lending to customers. The market is bank lending to customers. And short to medium term. Okay. Now modern updates, see, LIBOR is being replaced globally by what? This is another very important information. LIBOR is replaced globally by secured overnight financing rate, SOFR, by SOFR, and it stands for secured overnight financing rate. Yes. So reason LIBOR relied on estimates, SOFR uses actual transactions. LIBOR is relied on estimates. And SOFR stands for actual transaction. Okay. This shows students that finance is evolving, not statics. So finance is evolving, that we have got to know. LIBOR lives in the memory market, money market is a short term, and LIBOR is short term borrowing. That you have understood. So basically it is about short term borrowing rates. Okay, done, clear? I hopefully that I have made myself quite clear and you have understood this. All the explanations have been done and it has been done quite elaborately. So I think you shouldn't have any problem, but if you face anything to discuss further and any questions, please ping us, comment us and let us know. Okay, take care, have a lovely day, bye bye.